Good afternoon, good evening, good zinta, good y'all, whatever it may be where you are. I'm not sports cards. Hope you're doing well. Remember to like and subscribe. Every new subscriber gets new videos. For the reason we're doing this one or maybe the next one. If you're not subscribing, you're stealing or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, today PSA increases their prices, and I'm going to tell you why. There are other people that may have different opinions, but I'm going to tell you there are a couple things that have happened. I'm going to keep this kind of brief, but so over on the screen here, the price increases are not massive. Like the biggest price increases, I mean, it's percentage, right? So this bulk TCG went from $14 to $15. This value bulk went from $18 to $19 or something like that. And I think these are the Express is going up to $150. Super Express is going to $300. I don't know. Where are the new pricings? Yeah. Again, these might be the old prices. I'm not sure. Yeah. Again, I PSA does a pretty bad job of giving information. But yeah, I think we went up about $1 a card on each of these, and then we went up about 20% on each of these. Although I heard the walkthrough is going up to 1,000, but I don't think that's accurate. I don't know what's going on here. I got to stop listening to people. Anyway, I did a video a few weeks ago about the specials that PSA had done for this month. We'll just look at those PSA specials. There we go, grading specials. And part of my thought process here, as you can see, value bulk $18, turbo bulk $25, value plus. A lot of what the emphasis on here was speed. It was essentially, this was a new kind of this turbo value bulk where it was 20 business days instead of 50 business days here, was a huge change, right? So they were essentially giving you the idea of a fast pass. But let's get back into why they actually, there's a smoke screen on why I believe that they are raising prices, and I believe there's two core reasons why they're actually raising prices. So the smoke screen is, I think 2 or 3 days ago, PSA released a message saying they're backlogged, that they cannot process packages as well as they got too many. I call BS on that. I'm not saying they didn't get too many packages, but I don't think they've been operating at capacity for a long time. And if you create specials, you know what's going to happen. Also, Nat Turner went out and basically said, we look at how many people fill out forms, and then we know what's coming. At best, they're implementing a new strategy or a new piece of technology that was going to handle the receiving, and it's not being implemented well enough. But I think it's truly for this, is that giving the idea that we appear that there's a backlog, and we'll be able to see by how many cards they actually pump out. Like if suddenly their numbers just spike every month, where we're seeing over the next few months, just up in the number of cards. Maybe there's a possibility. Again, it's not zero chance. And I'm not saying it's not happening at all, because it's happening. People are not seeing their stuff go through. But that could be literally, like I said, they try to implement technology, it's not going well, or people quit, or it was the holidays, and they ran specials during a time where people were taking days off. That's why the backlog was caused. I think it is actually real, but I think the reason behind it is suspect. But they're using that as a way of basically saying, hey, look, we have too many cards. If we have too many cards, we've got to raise prices. If you go back to the heydays of the pandemic, they tried raising prices to slow things down. When they did that, they tried raising prices from 20 to 50 and 50 to 175. They didn't raise them 5%. So again, raising the prices, to me, why are they doing it? You're saying, well, if they raise prices, people aren't going to grade as many cards. That is potentially possible. But, there's in economics a thing called about price inelasticity, which means that if you raise the price, how many people do you actually lose? To certain things that you raise the price, people don't actually stop using it. It's like medication. It's like you have to raise the price of medication incredibly high before people will stop using it. And what, internally inside of PSA, I believe they realize that if we raise the price a little bit, we're not actually going to lose enough uh, cards to grade. And again, if you grade 1 million cards at $1 versus 500,000 at $3, what would you rather do? Again, I'm using that as uh, as a simple example. But so like that's reason number one, which is, well, it's not actually reason number one. It is a term. Price inelasticity. I think that they realize that they're lowering prices doesn't necessarily get them more cards, and raising them doesn't lose them enough cards. It's just simple economics. But so the two real reasons that I think that they are raising prices is, one is the value, and this is the biggest thing, is the value of the slabs, which is, if you look, it is continuing to cascade. The value of what they call their opinion, because outside of the opinion that they put in the slab, it's a glorified one touch. So outside of the glorified one touch, it's just the opinion, and that they need their brand to carry more value. So therefore, I think they want to slowly raise the price of grading cards, because they want to make it a little more special, and they don't want to diminish the value, because at some point, and I think we're starting to head there, is that like the PSA value doesn't matter as much as it used to. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter. And I'm speaking as if all cards were a monolith. It matters a whole ton on vintage, non-sport, or sports, or whatever, and it matters less on just like it varies how much it matters, right? We can find instances where a 9 and a 10 is the difference between $10, and we can find instances where it's $10 million. But I think that is shrinking. More of those cards are falling into that $10 range than they are that $10 million range. And I think that is the thing, is that they want to grade less card. They want to maintain the integrity of their brand, and that they will slowly continue to raise the prices. Now, there is a counterbalance to this, which is, it's a perfect counterbalance of like, yes, we want the prices to appear high on one level. There is a secondary piece of this that I also believe is going to be a big part of it: the collectors club specials, right? If you look, these collectors club specials, we're looking at it here, is like $18 for bulk, right? So $18 for value bulk. And if we go back to where we were, okay, it's $19. So I paid this $120 a year to get $1 off per card. That's a lot. And it feels dirty, right? Yes, you can do the TCG stuff. I think that they want to build that subscription business. Like, I don't know how many of you out there pay the Collectors Club membership like I paid this year. But I can tell you, I will cancel. I made sure, and you should make sure, that you're not set for auto renewal, because you shouldn't, unless you're about to submit. Don't have that. Like, you shouldn't have that for a day that you're actually not submitting cards. You should sign up the day that you're going to put an order out. I know I'm being chintzy on this, but like, it's just simple math. Like, there's no reason to keep. It's like keeping a gym membership when you don't use it. More so, it's like keeping a gym membership when you've moved out of state, right? Like, you're not going to use it. So when you move, or you're on vacation or whatever, I don't know, you come back and you sign back up. Same thing with PSA. But I think that they need to create a greater delta between the price that goes to the non-collectors club and the club to get people to sign up. I know people who don't subscribe to my mentality of like, cancel it, and then when you need it, use it, and then use it for the next year. But they just kind of roll it over, and they know they'll use it at some time. And those people are canceling now. And I think that they'll be less likely to cancel if these specials are a bigger deal. Like the things that I'm showing here, these two are just for collectors clubs, so they're not there. But again, do you really need to be a member for this one? This one makes sense, $24.99 for that enhanced turnaround. that's again another of like a premium service. It's not really a better service. It's just you're getting access to premium service like a fast pass at Disney World. So that is my opinion. I'd love to hear yours of why PSA. Like I get it, they're saying they're backlogged. We'll see it in the numbers. People are saying, "Oh, TCG is going crazy." Guess what? PSA's TCG business isn't really up that much. I'm telling you, it's not enough to move the needle. I don't believe, and it certainly wasn't enough in a short period of time. And if it were just the TCG business, why not get rid of the TCG specials, right? Are people going to suddenly flock to CGC? But I don't. Again, none of this stuff makes macro sense, right? Like narrative wise, like TCG is going crazy. PSA is going to raise prices. Just get rid of raise your TCG prices by $2. You don't have to do it to other cards, but they did it anyway. Doesn't make any sense. Again, long term, they need to maintain the integrity of their brand, and they also want that ongoing subscription rate, that ongoing $10 a month or whatever it is. It's $150 a year, right? It's just $12 a month that everybody pays. They want that. So they are going to want to use it to be able to create specials in the future. So if they slowly raise the prices of the non-specials, the specials will appear better. It's a simple practice that is done all the time in business. I grew up in retail, and my family had a business, but we kind of always had great prices where we'd be like, hey, we charge $100 for this thing. It's a great price. But we had a competitor who would be like, hey, it's $300, but it's on sale for $150. It's like, why are people going over there and paying $150 for something we sell for $100? It's like, because they get it in their head that they're getting 50% off. Listen, I learned that, it's just a tactic as old as time. It's like, if I double the price and offer you 40% off, you think you're getting a deal. And that's part of what I think is going on here. So it's probably there is a little backlog, but I think that is most likely due to poor planning or poor implementation. Poor planning of, introducing specials around the holidays and not having manpower because people take off during the holidays, and then maybe the technological implementation that's not going so well. But then they really need to protect the brand integrity, because if the brand integrity goes away for PSA, that is all they have. Because when you compare them to CGC, SGC, BGS, GMA, or HGA, all that matters is their brand integrity. If suddenly people look at them like they're garbage, they go away. I know we're a long way from that, and people are like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're headed towards there. I'm saying, like, you don't want to let yourself get in that direction. So you want to protect that brand integrity. And like I said, that also allows them to create the idea that their specials are going to be better in the future. Just my opinion. Love to hear yours. Does it mean I'm not going to send any cards to PSA? It means I'm probably going to wait for specials, right? And doesn't that ring true? Makes me think about that. So I'm Not Sports Cards. Hope you've enjoyed this. Talk to you soon. I'm out.